Good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on page 210 today, and we're going to be focusing on using and interpreting division word problems is either a number of groups unknown or a group size of unknown. And what does that mean? Well, I want us to use this knowledge today, really understand that we can find groups in division, but we also might have a group size that is unknown. Okay, so for example, if we are following groups, we really want to focus on finding said groups. So say we have 2,000 books read, okay, and there are 5 classrooms. The question can be, how many books did each classroom read? And we can divide this and look at groups. So we would put this as 2,000, right? 2,000 books read. And we would section these off into groups, right? 5 classrooms. And then we could figure out, well, how many groups it would be 400. Right? And 400 would be our answer. Those are groups, okay? Groups of unknown. Now, the other part of this is a group size unknown. So how this would work out is with our first problem today. And that's what we're going to work on, is we're going to be finding the group's size unknown. So let's zoom in, and I'll kind of show you our first problem here, okay? So let's go into Rita made 5 batches of cookies. All right, we know she made, we know that she made 5 batches of cookies. There was a total of 2,400 cookies, okay? So let me make a tape diagram of this rather quickly. So we have a tape diagram here, and we're representing 2,400 cookies. Right? Awesome. So this is perfect. And then here they have 5 batches of cookies. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So how much go into each batch, right? So let's solve this right now. Let's divide and find the groups of these cookies. So let's go into the first step here. So 2,400 divided by 5. Okay. So 5 cannot go into 2, right, evenly. We don't have enough dots. I need 5 dots to make one group, and we only have 2. So that's just not going to work for us. So, however, what about 24, right? Yeah, that now I have enough dots. 2,400 dots I have enough for. So how many times can 5 go into 24? Well, let's check. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So this goes over. So it's 20. So how many groups? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. So, oh yeah, remember we need our placeholder and 4. And we are going to have 20. Let's subtract. We'll get 4. Now, 5 can't go into 4, correct? So this is where we are going to bring down that 0. Now, 5 can go into 40, definitely, and that's going to be divided into 8 times. Let's delete this real fast, and we'll get 40. And don't forget to bring that final 0, and we're going to be putting a placeholder at the end. So 480. But let's check our answer just to make sure that we have this correct. All right, 480 times 5. So 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 40. And 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24. Perfect. Awesome. So we do have it right. So that means that each batch is going to have 480 cookies. Okay? However, though, I don't think that is the end of our problem here. So if each batch contained the same number of cookies, in which they do, because, it's 480 cookies is in each batch, how many cookies would be in 4 batches? Okay, all right. So how many cookies would be in 4 batches? I can make a new tape diagram to represent this. So what they want is we have 4 batches, right? Still the same amount of cookies in each batch. However, they want to know the total, and we don't know that total yet, right? So we need to add 480 4 times. So how can we do this? Well, we can multiply here, right? We can multiply 480 times 4. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to find out, hey, what's 480 times 4? Fill in that question at the end for us. Okay, and once you do, remember, pause the video and find out that answer. And we're going to be working on 5. Okay, so we're going to be doing the same thing here. We're going to be working with either number of groups, unknown, or a group size that is unknown. We're going to be working with both. So we need to figure out, is this going to be groups, or is this going to be a group size that we don't know yet? And we're going to have to solve for. So let's go with every day, Sarah drives the same distance to work and back at home. So actually that information is irrelevant to me. There's no data, so I'm just going to continue. If Sarah drove 1,005 miles in 5 days, how far did she drive in 3 days? So let's solve this bit of information here. 1,005 miles in 5 days. So let's make a tape diagram. Right? Is 1,005 miles. And how many days? 5 days. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So we need to figure out how many miles did she drive each day. So this is definitely a group type of question. We have groups here, and we need to find how many miles are in each group. So let's solve with division. All right, we got 5. Perfect. So here, 5 can't go into 1. So 5 is going to go into 10. And remember, we need our placeholder, and we have 10 dots, 5 groups. It's going to be 2 groups, right? 2 times 5 equals 10. So let's continue. We'll subtract. We'll get 0. Bring down that other 0. And, oh, this does not work out for us, so we need a placeholder, right? We cannot divide. It's 0 dots. We need 5 dots in order to divide, right? We don't have enough. So now we're going to bring down this 5, and now we definitely do have enough. We have 5 dots here, and that will make 1 group. So 201. Well, let's subtract, and we'll get 0. Awesome. So we'll get 0. Now, let's check our answer, though. Just make sure we're on the right track here. 201 times 5. So this will be 5. That would be 0, and that would be 10. Boom. Nice. Yeah, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 2 is 10. So we're definitely right here. So in each square, it's going to be represented by 201, 201, 201, 201, and 201. And now they're asking, how far did she drive in 3 days? So if I made another tape diagram, right, they would want 3 days. same amount of miles each day, and what's the total, right? So same as our problem above. So how can we solve this last problem for 5? So I want you to finish that for me at the end. And this is going to be your assignment tonight, is looking for these unknown groups or these group size that are unknown. All right, everybody. I hope today's math wasn't as confusing as it seemed. And I hope your homework assignment is simple and easy for you to solve tonight.